In the first video, we talked about allyship, what it means and what it doesn't mean, and why it mattered in the church. But now what? Well, the question we ask is, how do we practice allyship? How do we move from good intention to real change? That is what this is about. This is not a theory, but this is where we get it real. Let's start here, the church. Let's say your church says, we welcome everyone, but you don't have interpreters every Sunday. You don't have deaf leaders. You don't promote the ASL. You don't budget for the access. That's not welcoming, that's waiting. You see, true allyship is proactive, not reactive. You don't wait until a deaf person walks in. You build with them in mind from the beginning. In Luke chapter 14, Jesus told a parable. He said, a man planned a banquet, and he invited people, but many refused. So what did he do? He said, go out to the road in the country lane and bring them in so my house will be full. That's allyship. It goes out. It doesn't wait. So what's your church doing? Are you building a table that includes deaf people, or are you just hoping they'll show up later? Another one is relationship. Imagine that a group is planning an event, and there's one deaf person in the group. They come up with an idea, but the hearing leader cuts in, talks fast, and changes the topic. That deaf person now feels ignored, left out, invisible. And that happens more than you think. You see, allyship means knowing when to speak up and when to step back. It means learning how to pace your speech. It means giving deaf people time to contribute. It means checking in and not just assuming that they're fine. Proverbs chapter 18, verse 13 says, to answer before listening, this is folly and shame. Allyship, listen, pause, and make sure every voice is heard, because every voice matters. Another one, leadership. Let's be real. Many churches say they want inclusion, but they only ask deaf people to serve and not lead. Worship team? Yeah. Greeters? Yeah. Hospitality? Yeah. But preach, lead a Bible study, make decisions on the elder board? It's not offered. Why? Too often church assumes deaf people need help, instead of realizing we carry wisdom. In Acts chapter 6, the early church faced the problem. Some of the widows were being overlooked. So what did the apostles do? They didn't take control. They listened. They said, choose leaders from among your own, full of wisdom and full of the Spirit. They empowered people from the community. That biblical allyship. So now it's your turn. Are you inviting deaf people to the table of leadership? Or are you only handing them leftover roles? You see, allyship is not a trend. It's not one video. It's definitely not one training. It's a lifestyle, a long walk of humility. James chapter 2 says, faith without work is dead. So what is your next work? What will your allyship look like this month, this year? Will you review your church budget? Will you pay deaf speakers and not just invite them? Will you slow down and learn ASL even a little? Will you ask deaf leaders what they need and follow their lead? This is the work. This is the way. Allyship is not about being perfect. It's about being present, consistent, and open to being changed. So let's move from awareness to action together.